Okay, Ribo. Yes, bro. 1 second.
I will chant the which one from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam one.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimmirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Saganaragunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Sakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Can I
Haribol.
do this one? Okay. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaivam narotamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet Shrinvata swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana hirdi antosto hei apratarani vidunoti suhurtsatam Nashta prayeshu abradeshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttamasloke bhakti bhavati naistiki. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. I'll start, Prabhu.
Haribol. The story of King Vena, Haribol.
The cruel Vena.
Yes, bro. Now we read what happens.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
Cruel Vena is coming. How he looks like?
I wonder, don't you have a picture there?
Or is he
King
here?
Vena.
What is this
Oh,
pixelated?
yeah, you can tell he's a beast, eh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, here.
So meaning he's a beast. Kamsa like.
Oh, he's not Vena. He's comes. Yes, Prabhu. Okay, let's see what happens.
Oh, yes. Okay, Maitreya Uvacha, Brigu Adayaste Munayo, Lokanam Kshemaya Darshinaha, Goptari Asti Asati Vai Nirnam, Pashyantaha Pashu Samyatam. Synonyms: Maitreya Uvacha, the great sage Maitreya continued, Brigu Adayaha, headed by Brigu. There, all of them, Munayaha, the great sages, Lokanam, of the people, Kshema Darshinaha, who always aspire for the welfare, Goptari, the king, Asati, being absent, Vai, certainly, Niranam, of all the citizens, Pashyantaha, having understood, Pashu Samyatam, existence on the level of the animals. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great sage Maitreya continued, O great hero Vidura, the great sages headed by Brigu were always thinking of the welfare of the people in general. When they saw that in the absence of King Anga, there was no one to protect the interest of the people, they understood that without a ruler, the people would become independent and non-regulated. Purport: in this verse, the significant word is Kshema Darshinaha, which refers to those who are always looking after the welfare of the people in general. However, all the great sages headed by Bregu were always thinking of how to elevate all the people of the universe to the spiritual platform indeed. They advised the kings of every planet to rule the people with that ultimate goal of life in mind. The great sages used to advise the head of the state or the king, and he used to rule the populace in accordance with their instructions. After the disappearance of King Anga, there was no one to follow the instructions of the great sages. Consequently, all the citizens became unruly, so much so that they could be compared to animals, as described in Bhagavad Gita. 4.13 Human society must be divided into four orders according to the quality and work. In every society, there must be an intelligent class, administrative class, productive class, and worker class. In modern democracy, these scientific divisions are turned topsy-turvy, and by vote, Shudras or workers are chosen for administrative posts, having no knowledge of the ultimate goal of life. Such persons whimsically enact laws without knowledge of life's purpose. The result is that no one is happy. Okay, text 2. Vira mata ram ahuya sunitam brahma vadinaha prakriti asamamatama asamatam venam abayashi na chana chan abayashi na chan pati patim buvaha. Isn't it that the world? Vira of Vena, Mataram, Mother, Ahuya, calling Sunitam, of the name Sunita, Brahma Vadinaha, the great sages learned in the Vedas, Prakriti, by the ministers, Asamatam, not approved of, Venam, Vena, Abaya, Shina, Chan, Abaya, Shina, Chan, enthroned, Patim, the master, Bhuvaha of the world. Translation: the great sage then called for the queen mother, Sunita, and with her permission, they installed Vena on the throne as master of the world. Ooh. All the ministers, however, disagreed with this. I would immediately leave, Prabhu. Shrut, okay, text 3. Shrutva nirpa shana gatam. Venam atya ugra sanam. Nili ne? Nililur dasyavaha sadyaha sarpa trasta iva kavaha shrutva after hearing Nirpa of the king, Asanagatam, ascended to their throne, Vinam, Vena, Ati, very Ugra, severe, Shasanam, Panisha, Nililu, hid themselves, Dasyavaha, all the thieves, Sadhyaha, immediately, Sarpa, from snakes, Trastaha, being afraid, Iva, like Agavaha, rats. Translation: It was already known that Vena was very severe and cruel. Therefore, as soon as all the thieves and rogues in the state heard of his ascendance to the royal throne, they became very much afraid of him. Indeed, they hid themselves here and there, as rats hide themselves from snakes. Purport: When the government is very weak, rogues and thieves flourish. Similarly, when the government is very strong, all the thieves and rogues disappear or hide themselves. Of course, Vena was not a very good king, but he was known to be cruel and severe. Thus, the state at least became freed from thieves and rogues. Hmm? You see, Prabhu, another thing, he's a bad person, but then thieves are scared of him. So now the state becomes better.
Yes, Prabhu. That's true. Now the government is thieves. They're crazy.
Yes, yes. Okay, text 4. Sa arudra nirpastana unado sta vibuti bi ave mene mahabagan stabdaha sambhavi taha svataha. Synonym: Sa King Vena Aruda ascended to Nirpastanaha, the seat of the king. Unda. And how do you pronounce this word, Prabhu? Is it Unadaha or is it Annadaha? The one on the left on the synonyms, second line, yes. Unadaha. Is it Unadaha or what? Anadaha?
Who?
Unadaha.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
No.
Very proud. Ashta, 8. Vibhuti, by opulences, ava mene, began to insult Mahabagan, great personalities. Stabdaha, inconsiderate. Sambhavitaha, considered great. Svataha, by himself. Translation: When the king ascended to the throne, he became all powerful with 8 kinds of opulences. Consequently, he became too proud by virtue of his false prestige. He considered himself to be greater than anyone. Thus, he began to insult great personalities. Neophyte. Purport: In this verse, the word Ashta Vibhuti, Vibhuti, meaning by 8 opulences, is very important. The king is supposed to possess 8 kinds of opulences by dint of mystic yoga practice. Kings generally acquired these 8 kinds of opulences. These kings were called Raja Rishis, kings who were very also great sages. By practicing mystic yoga, a Raja Rishi could become smaller than the smallest, greater than the greatest, and could get whatever he desired. A Rajarishi could also create a kingdom, bring everyone under his control, and rule them. These were some of the opulences of a king. King Vena. Okay, King Vena, however, was not practiced in yoga, but he became very proud of his royal position nonetheless. Because he was not very considerate, he began to misuse his power and insult great personalities. Mm, the cruel Vena. Text. evam madandaha utikto nirangkusha iva divipaha prayatan ratam astaya kampayan iva rodasi madandaha evam thus andaha being blind with power otiktaha proud nirangku shaha uncontrolled evam like vipaha an elephant prayatan traveling ratam a chariot astaya having mounted, yeah, kampayan, causing to tremble. Eva indeed Rodasi, the sky and earth. Translation: when he became overly blind due to his opulences, King Vena mounted a chariot and, like an uncontrolled elephant, began to travel through the kingdom, causing the sky and earth to tremble wherever he went. Text 6. Na yashtava yam na data vayam na hotava yam divi jahagva chit iti nyavarayad dharmam beri go shena sarva shaha. Synonyms: na, not, yashtavayam, any sacrifices can be performed, na, not, that vayam, any chariot can be given, na, not, hotvayam, any clarified butter can be offered, any clarified butter can be offered. Dvija, oh, twice born. Dvija can be transcendental, it's not semi-probable. Oh yeah, twice born. Vachet, at any time. Iti, thus. Nya varayat, he stopped. Dharmam, the procedures of religious principles. Beri, of kettle drums. Goshena, with the sound. Saravasha, everywhere. Translation: all the twice born Brahmanas were forbidden henceforward to perform any sacrifice, and they were also forbidden to give charity or offer clarified butter. Thus, King Vena sounded kettle drums throughout the countryside. In other words, he stopped all kinds of religious rituals. So it's the same as Hiranyakashipu and Hana, who is this? Ravan. Yeah, yeah. Is it the same, Semi-Prabhu?
But Prabhu?
I was saying Vena is actually the same as Ravan and Hiranyakashipu because they all did not want sages. They all wanted to be prayed to.
Yes, Prabhu. He's like demon.
Yes, yes, bro. Mayavad. And it's like, Prabhu, they pray to Lord Brahma. It's that thing. They want to pray to Lord Brahma, and then they want the people, servants, and everything to pray to them. But does that give one power, Prabhu? If people pray to you?
Yes, Prabhu. Maybe some material power.
Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, but spiritually, it is very impossible to get power.
Yes, Prabhu. You cannot get spiritual advancement by material means.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, purport. What was committed by King Vena many years ago, is a present being carried out by atheistic governments all over the world. The world situation is so tense that at any moment governments may issue declarations to stop religious rituals. Like China. Eventually, the world situation will become so degraded that it will be impossible for pious men to live on the planet. Therefore, sane people should execute Krishna consciousness very seriously so that they can go back home, back to Godhead without having to further suffer the miserable conditions predominant in this universe. Prabhu, would you think then the Lord would reincarnate if they install that method now? Where like the governments, they take all the religious books, they make them become extinct, or they forbidden them. Would you think the Lord would reincarnate, as said in chapter 4, or he would wait for the millennium to end?
In this Kali Yuga, he will appear as Kalki Avatar at the end.
Or at the end, bro?
Yes, Prabhu.
So meaning even if we go all irreligious, he will still come at the end, right? As
Yeah, but
said in
that
the
won't
Shastra.
happen. All
Oh yes,
won't
bro.
become religious here.
Oh yes, bro. No, I was just asking. I know it won't happen. I was saying like if the government were trying to force us, to be atheistic and everything.
Yes, Prabhu. Everything will go as the Kali Yuga is going. It will just, after 10,000 years, the Hare Krishna movement will end, and then there will be full Kali Yuga.
Or then it will be full Kali Yoga.
Yes, Prabhu.
Strange. Venasya Vekshaya Munayo Durvratayasya Vicheshtitam Vimrishya Loka Vyasanam Kripa Yochu Sma Satrinaha. Venasya of King Vena Avekshaya, after observing Munayaha, all great sages Dur Vratasya, of the great rogue, Vicheshtitam, activities Vimrishya, Vimrishyam, considering Loka Vyasanam, danger to the people in general, Kripaya, out of compassion, Uchuhu, talked smart in the past. Satrinaha, the performance of sacrifice. Today's Uchuhu. Hannah, what was yesterday's words? To cham, something like that. Translation. Therefore, all the great sages assembled together, and after observing cruel Venus' atrocities, concluded that a great danger and catastrophe was approaching the people on the world. Thus, out of compassion, they began to talk amongst themselves, for they themselves were the sacrificial performers. I wonder if Vena has ever met the Lord. Maybe for being envious. Purport. Before King Vena was enthroned, all the great sages were much anxious to see to the welfare of society. When they saw that King Vena was most irresponsible, cruel, and ferocious, they again began to think of the welfare of the people. It should be understood that sages, saintly persons, and devotees are not unconcerned with the people's welfare. Ordinary karmis are busy acquiring money for sense gratification, and ordinary gyanis are socially aloof when they speculate on liberation. But actually, devotees and saintly persons are always anxious to see how the people can be made happy, both materially and spiritually. Therefore, the great sages began to consult one another on how to get out of the dangerous atmosphere created by King Vena. Okay. Text 8. Aho uba yataha praptam lokasya vyasanam mahat Durni uba yato dipte iva taskara palayaho. Palayaho. Synonyms: aho, alas, uba, yataha. From both directions, praptam, received, lokasia, of the people in general, vyasanam, danger, mahat, great, durni, a log, uba, yataha, from both sides, dipte, burning, iva, like taskara, from thieves and rogues, pala yoho, and from the kings. Translation: when the great sage consulted one another, they saw that the people were in a dangerous position from both directions. When a fire blazes on both ends of a log, and the ends in the middle are in a very dangerous situation. Similarly, at that time, the people in general were in a dangerous position due to an irresponsible king on one side and thieves and rogues on the other. Yeah. So now the thieves and rogues are still there. I thought they were scared.
Yes, Prabhu. Now we are in dangerous situation.
Yes, bro. The fire is starting from both ways now.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Ara jaga bayad esha. Krito raja tad ara hana. Tato pi asid bayam. Twa adaya. Khatam syad svasti dehinam. Synonyms: ara jaga, being without a king. Bayat, out of fear of. Esha, this vena. Kritaha was made. Raja, the king. Atad arahana, though not qualified for it. Tataha, from him. Api, also. Asid, there was a bayam, danger to them then. Adya, now. Katam, how. Syat, can they be. Svasti, happiness. The hinam, of the people in general. Oh, Dehinam, Prabhu, isn't it like a form? I thought it's okay, another word for form. Dehinam. Or is it Dehi Rupam? Translation: thinking to save the state from irregularity, the sage began to consider that it was due to a political crisis that they made Vena king, although he was not qualified. But alas, now the people were being disturbed by the king himself. Under such circumstances, how could the people be happy? Purport: in the Bhagavad Gita 18.5, it is stated that even in the renounced order, one should not give up sacrifice, charity, and penances. The brahmacharis must perform sacrifices, the grihastas must give in charity, and those in renounced order of life, the vanaprasthas and sannyasis, must practice penances and austerities. These are the producers by which everyone can be elevated to the spiritual platform. When the sages and saintly persons saw that King Vena had stopped all these functions, they became concerned about the people's progress. Saintly people preached God consciousness or Krishna consciousness because they are anxious to save the general populace from the dangers of animalistic life. There must be a good government to see that the citizens are actually executing their religious rituals, and thieves and rogues must be curbed. When this is done, the people can advance peacefully in spiritual consciousness and make their lives successful. Oh, ah, aher iva payaha poshaha posha kasyapi anarata baharat brat vinaha prakritaiva kalaha sunita garba sambhavaha. Synonyms: a hair of a snake, iva like payaha with milk, poshaha the maintaining, the maintaining, poshakasya of the maintainer, api even anarata against the interest, bart becomes venaha king vena prakritaya prakrityam by nature, eva certainly Kalaha, mischievous, Sunita of Sunita, Venus, mother, Garba, the womb, Sambhavaha, born of. Oh, Garba, womb. So, Prabhu, even if when it Garb, like the word Garb, even if it refers to like the Garba Dakshai Vishnu, is it still the same meaning?
Yes,
Like
Prabhu.
womb. So
Yes,
it's
Prabhu.
like
It's
the
inside
womb
the
of
egg.
Vishnu. Sorry,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Because
Okay.
the universe is like the womb.
Oh yes, because and Garb. Okay, is he the one who impregnates the universe?
Yes,
Oh no,
Prabhu.
it's Karan. Or is it Karan or is it Garba Dakshai? I think they both,
Yes,
because
Prabhu.
an extension of
Garbhodaka
Garba comes
Vishnu
from.
goes and lays down inside the universe.
Oh yes, yes, Prabhu. And I was actually reading, Prabhu. I was not even aware that it's called inferior energy. I think it is in chapter 9, verse 8. So it's explained there in the purport somewhere that like Lord the Karana Dakshai entered into this inferior like Mahatattva or something like that.
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu.
So I actually have questions, but then I'll ask them tomorrow in the what do you call this, Q&A.
Oh, oh yeah. Tomorrow is maybe the YouTube one.
Yeah, the YouTube one. Yeah, they usually answer all the questions I saw in the comments. Oh, now am I at the translation, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Translation: the sage began to think within themselves because he was born in the womb of Sunita. King Vena is by nature very mischievous. Supporting this mischievous king is exactly like maintaining a snake with milk. Now he has become a source of all difficulties. King Anga. Purport: saintly persons are generally aloof from social activities and the materialistic way of life. King Vena was supported by the saintly persons just to protect the citizens from the hands of rogues and thieves. But after his ascendance to the throne, he became a source of trouble to the sages. Saintly people are especially interested in performing sacrifices and austerities for the advancement of spiritual life. But Vena, instead of being obliged because of the saint's mercy, turned out to be their enemy because he prohibited them from executing their ordinary duties. A serpent who is maintained with milk and bananas simply stores poison in his teeth and awaits the day to bite his master. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't, yeah, Sami Prabhu, don't you know a similar story? I don't know. There was a sage with the rat. The rat cried and tried to be the cat because the cat was able to chase the rat. And then the
Yes,
rat
Prabhu.
went to the sage, and they prayed to become the cat. And the cat was chased by the dog, something
Yes,
like that. And
Prabhu.
then the dog was chased by the tiger. Yeah. And then now the tiger was turning against the guru now. You
Yes,
know it, ne?
Prabhu. Yeah, this is called Punarmushikaba.
Oh, yes, yes, bro.
Again, become a mouse.
Oh, yes, yes.
But snake is always envious. That's a serpent.
Oh, oh, yes, yes, yes. It's its nature, ne? It's
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
nature of a snake. I think it's because, Prabhu, have you seen all the kundalinis? They always use these snakes. I think the snake is like two ways, It's like the mind, it does not see between what's right, what's wrong. It just wants to perform according to the senses.
Yes, Prabhu, the universe is supported by a
Dual.
snake.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu. Because I can see it's like good things comes out of bad things and bad things comes out of good things. It's like a one-way cycle.
Yes, Prabhu, there's no good and bad actually.
Yes, Prabhu. It's like when you do good too much, it's like actually I call it like when you are too excited, you'll find yourself angry. When you're angry, you find yourself at peace, something like that.
Yes, Prabhu, there's only material and spiritual. And everything good is bad and everything bad is bad.
Oh, yes, yes, bro. Matra, yeah, you remind me of the quote in chapter 2, Matras Parashtu Kaunteya,
Mm.
Sitoshna Supadugada, something like that.
Yes,
Agama
Prabhu.
Paino, yes, yeah, it was by Lord
Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna, yeah, instructing Arjuna, yes.
Yeah, the happiness is like the seasons.
Yeah, he must learn to be equipoised, something like that. He must, if he can learn to tolerate the summer
Yes,
and
Prabhu.
winter's happiness, and yeah. And I think
Yeah,
it's also there in chapter 6, Prabhu, about controlling the mind, yeah.
yes, Prabhu.
Okay, now I'm at the okay. Nirupitaha appointed Prajapalaha, the king. Sahahi Jig Hamsati desires to harm. Vai certainly Prajaha, the citizens. Tatapi nonetheless. Snatwa Yema. We should pacify Amum him. Na not Asman as that his Patakama Patakam, sinful result, Sprashet may touch. Translation: we appointed this Vena king of the state in order to give protection to the citizens. But now he has become the enemy of the citizens despite. Oh, all these discrepancies, we should at once try to pacify him. By doing so, we may not be touched by the sinful results caused by him. Okay.
Yeah, this always happens. Like they were voting the orange man, they were saying he's gonna save us. And now all the
It's
presidents
turning
are
against.
together. They are bombing everywhere.
Yes, and it's still actually happening even now, Prabhu, because every time when there's votes, elections, now you'll see the government is active. They build free
Yes, Prabhu.
houses, free jobs, free everything. The economy rises, it's stable. As soon as you are done voting, yeah, the roads, no maintenance now, you see, they are eating the money.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's,
In every
it's always like,
country, it's the same now. There is Vena
yes,
in every country. Many
yes.
Venas.
I think the last great sage was I don't know who is Abhimanyu's son.
Not sure, Prabhu. Maybe
Parasat
recent
Maharaj.
times there might also be.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Maybe recent times there might also been some great kings, like some thousands of years ago.
Oh yes, bro. Because I thought I heard some scripture that says Parikshit Maharaj was one of the last king to rule the world in a good way, something like that. But I'll confirm. I'll double check.
Yes, Prabhu.
Or should I read the purport? The saintly sages elected King Vena to become king, but he proved to be mischievous. Therefore, the sages were very much afraid of incurring sinful reaction. The law of karma even prohibits a person to associate with a mischievous individual. Eh? Can I start again? Can I start again? My mind was flickering for a second there. The saintly sages elected King Vena to become king, but he proved to be mischievous. He proved to be mischievous. Oh, but okay. Therefore, the sages were very much afraid of incurring sinful reaction. The law of karma even prohibits a person to associate with a mischievous individual. Hmm. Hmm. This one it's too much, bro. I want to take a screenshot. The law of karma even prohibits a person to associate with a mischievous individual. By electing Veda to the throne, the saintly sages certainly associated with him. Ultimately, King Vena became so mischievous that the saintly sages actually became afraid of becoming contaminated by his activities. Thus, before taking any action against him, the sages tried to pacify and control him so that he might turn from his mischief. Hmm. That vidvadbi asad avreto venos mabi kreto narpaha santvito yadi no vacham nagrahi syati adharma krit loka dihik kara sandagdaham sandagdaham dahishyamahasva tejasa. Synonym start his mischievous nature vidvadbi aware of asat avrataha impious vena asamma bihi by us kritaha was made nirpaha king sandvitaha in spite of being pacified yadi if naha our vacham words na not grahi shiatim he will accept adharma krit the most mischievous loka dihikara by public condemnation sandagdaham burned dahi shyamaha we shall burn svatejasa by our prowess. Translation: the saintly sages continued thinking, of course we are completely aware of his mischievous nature, yet nonetheless we enthralled Vena. If we cannot persuade King Vena to accept our advice, he will be condemned by the public, and we will join them. Thus, by our prowess, we shall burn him to ashes. It's like the mode of ignorance. It's like we knew, but we still did it in fact. Because simply Prabhupada, like the sages, aren't they supposed to see actually in the future, like the astrological chart of a person that this guy was actually meant to rule this thing based on the destiny, fate? When they learn it in those times like that, to see a person before he even sits on the throne, that this one is coming with destruction.
Yes, Prabhu. But they had to
How
put
could
King
they
Vena
miss?
there.
How could they miss King Vena?
Oh, he
Or they
was really
try to
strong.
move.
He was strong and
Sorry,
cruel,
Prabhu?
Prabhu. They were seeing
Oh,
that
yes.
he's strong, and there
Oh,
was too
yes.
many thieves, Prabhu.
And rogues, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. The thieves and rogues were gonna burn the whole plank, so they needed to do something.
Oh, and then they called Vena.
Yes, Prabhu. But then now Vena is turning into rogue also.
And now they need the supreme personality.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hey, King Vena.
And we will
I
join
think
them.
this, for me, this is the first demon that I've seen. When he comes, they call him Cruel Vena. Here comes Cruel Vena.
Yes, Prabhu. And they were scared that the public will condemn them if they
Yes,
don't
yes,
do
bravo.
something. So now they are gonna kill the king.
Mm. Saintly, okay, is it purport? Saintly persons are not interested in political matters, yet they are always thinking of the welfare of the people in general. Consequently, they sometimes have to come down to the political field and take steps to correct the misguided government or royalty. However, in Kali Yuga, saintly persons are not as powerful as they previously were. They used to be able to burn any sinful man to ashes by virtue of their spiritual prowess. Now, saintly persons have no such power due to the influence of the age of Kali. Indeed, the Brahmanas do not even have the power to perform the sacrifices. Or what? The power to, where was I? Power to perform sacrifices, or in which animals are put into a fire to attain a new life under these circumstances. Instead of actively taking part in politics, saintly persons should engage in chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna by the grace of Lord Chaitanya. By simply chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the general populace can derive all benefits without political implications. Sometimes I ask myself, Prabhu, what am I doing here in Kali Yoga, you know?
Yes, Prabhu, same.
Okay, Eva ada yava saya inam munyayo gudaha manyavaha upavraja burvan venam san santwayitwa cha samabi. Is it santwayitwa? It's like a Sutu word. Evam, thus adya vasaya, having decided inam him munayaha, the great sages Buddha Manayavaha, concealing their anger, Upa Vrajaya, having approached Abruvan, spoke Venam to King Vena, Santwayitwa, after after pacifying Cha, also Samabihi, with sweet words. Translation: the great sage, having thus decided, approached King Vena, concealing. I can go down, Prabhu. Concealing their real anger, they pacified him with sweet words and then spoke as follows. Oh, I can already smell some danger, Prabhu, with sweet words. You cannot tell the truth with sweet words. They are not sweet themselves.
Let's see what they say.
Munaya uchu nirpa varya ni boda aitad yate vidya payama boho ayur shri bala kretinam tavatata vivardanam. Munayaha Uchu, the great sages said, Nirpa Varyam, O best of the kings, Nibodaha, kindly try to understand etat this yat which te to you. I can go down, bro. To you, Vigyapayama, we shall instruct Boho, O king, Ayur, duration of life, Shri opulences, Bala, strength, Kritainam, good reputation, Tava, yo, Tada, dear son, Vivardamanam, which he will increase. Translation: the great sages said, Dear king, we have come to give you good advice. Kindly hear us with great attention. By doing so, your duration of life, your opulence, strength, and reputation will increase. They're not getting in, Prabhu. I want to hear the final product. Purport. According to the Vedic civilization, in a monarchy, the king is advised by saintly persons and sages. By taking the advice, how he can become the greatest executive power, and everyone in his kingdom will be happy, peacefully, and prosperous. The great kings were very responsible in taking the instructions given by great saintly personalities. The king used to accept the instructions given by the great sages like Basharam, Vyasadeva, Narada, Devala, Asita, etc. In other words, they would first accept the authority of saintly persons and then execute the monarchical power. Unfortunately, in the present age of Kali, the head of government does not follow the instructions given by the saintly persons. Therefore, neither the citizens nor the men of government are very happy. The duration of life is shortened, and almost everyone is wretched and bereft of bodily strength and spiritual power. If citizens want to be happy and prosperous in this democratic age. They should not elect rascals and fools who have no respect for saintly persons. I think I saw something similar like this in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1.1.12, something like that, in the Kali Yoga. Men
Yes.
have about short lives, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
From 10 to 12, somewhere there. Can you just zoom in a little bit? I think you zoomed out. Yeah. Dharma acha ritaha pumsam van manaha keya budbihi lokan vishokan vitaranti atanantayam asanginam. Synonyms: dharmaha, religious principles; acha ritaha, executed; pusam, to persons; vyak, by words; manaha, mind; kaya, body; budbihi, and by intelligence; lokan, the planets; vishokan, without misery; vitaranti, bestow; ata, certainly; anantayam, unlimitedly; happiness, liberation; asanginam, to those free from material influence. Translation: those who live according to the religious principles and who follow them by words, mind, body, and intelligence are elevated to the heavenly kingdoms, which is devoid of all miseries, being thus rid of the material influence. They achieve unlimited happiness in life. Yo, Prabhu, in nowadays you can never tell a Mayavadi this. Those who live according to religious principles and who follow them by words, mind, body, and intelligence are elevated to the heavenly kingdom, which is devoid of all miseries. Being thus rid of the material influence, they achieve unlimited happiness in life. This is the sages instructing Vena, ne, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Then now they went to give him advice.
Like, yeah, the first thing they start with religious principles. How do you start with about religious? All that my buddies want to hear about is about money accumulation. You start by saying God or anything, hey, they chop you alive.
Oh, I'm not sure if they are saying this. Are they saying this or is this like explanation? I think
Yeah,
they're saying.
go to two verses before. Two verses before, I think. Go to text.
Oh, they are saying it. Yes, Prabhu, they're saying it.
Yes, yes. Oh, even in the purport, the first line, the Saint sages hear and instruct. Okay, let
They're,
me
try-
summary
they're,
the purport.
they're trying to tell him about the heavenly kingdom. They're trying to make him pious with the. They're trying to attract him with this.
Yes,
They're saying
that's
that.
why I was.
Yeah.
That's why I was actually asking, how do they advise someone who's so cruel with religious principles? He might tell you he's immortal. He does not die. He's not gonna die.
Yes, Prabhu. That's one thing also. Vena thinks he's not gonna die.
Yeah.
Let's see what he says.
Purport: the saintly sages herein instruct that the king or head of government should set an example by living a religious life. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, religion means worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should not simply make a show of religious life, but one should perform devotional service perfectly with words, mind, body, and good intelligence. Hare Krishna, Siddhar Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Sridhar Krishna
Suresh
Prabhu
Prabhu, Hare
Suresh
Krishna,
Prabhu
Vivek Prabhu, Hare
Siddharth
Krishna,
Prabhu
Siddharth
Vinay
Prabhu,
Prabhu Kandaram
Rishikesh Prabhu,
Hare Krishna,
Prajapati
Prabhu.
Neeraj
Please
Prabhu,
accept my
Hare
obeisance.
Krishna, Father, Son, and Soul, Dheeraj Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Haribol Haribol Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Started pronunciation.
Hare Bol.
Did we finish this?
No, not finished, but then I think I was here. The last sentence is somewhere there. Let me see. Okay, somewhere intelligence, good intelligence. Yeah, good. A little bit up. Good intelligence by doing. Yeah. By doing so, not only will the king or government head rid himself of the contamination of the material modes of nature, but the general public will also, and they will all become gradually elevated to the kingdom of God and go back home, back to Godhead. The instructions given here serve as a summary of how the head of government should execute his ruling power and thus attain happiness not only in this life, but also in the life after death. Oh, Semi Prabhu, there's one question that I wanted to ask. Like, let's say you are elevated to the Vaikunta. Can you, like, once you are in the Vaikunta planet, can you elevate yourself to Krishna Loka in the Vaikunta planet? Or, or Vaikunta and Krishna Loka, like, there's no one higher than another. But I think Krishna is the topmost, Krishna Loka.
Yes, Prabhu, I think everyone has their own taste, but it can change also.
Okay, Prabhu. So, but then when you go in,
one can
like,
develop
let's say,
his taste.
oh, yes,
Just
Prabhu.
like
So, what about the Brahmajyoti?
if there they if there they come by some devotees who are flying over the airplanes and they hear them singing or something, they might get attracted.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu.
There is unlimited amount of souls there in the Brahma Jyoti, they might get attracted.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu. But then they are not in a form, they're right, Prabhu. Like the Brahma Jyoti and the spiritual world, would you say their
Yes, Prabhu,
forms are
they're spark.
different?
They're like spark.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu. It's like they merge in that Brahman, what they call Brahman, what?
Yes, Prabhu, like it's like light. Inside of light,
Oh,
there's many uh, like photons. So they're
oh,
like
so like they're trying to become one with God, right?
yes, Prabhu, they're trying to become one with light.
Oh, okay. Oh, and they don't call it God. It's like what? Divine power, the universal, what
They have
consciousness,
many
something like
names.
that.
Yes,
Yeah, they
Prabhu,
have
they
so
have
many
many
names.
names. But they're not doing anything. They're just holding on to their
The light.
yes, Prabhu.
But
What they're
Prabhu, that
doing.
light, it's a spiritual light, ne? It's a spiritual light, like the effulgence, like of the Lord. It's like
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
separate effulgence of the Lord, or what?
Yeah, they are purified of the almighty. It's a liberated stage.
Oh, liberation. Yeah, I wanted that name because usually we don't get liberation, right? We
Yeah,
don't
but
get
it's
liberation.
yeah, it is liberation, but at the time it is like a prison because you are free, but you cannot do anything. If you do something, you're gonna fall.
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. So it's like fake liberation, but it's also liberation because it's
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
there's also a lot of
Wo-
bliss in that what they're doing.
is it that they just get liberated from material gratifications, like they're no longer attached to objects? Is it that liberation?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, bro. So meaning in that, like in the Brahmajyoti, like meaning there's no action like Krishna Loka, like in Krishna, I know in Krishna Loka I heard that the devotees are serving the Lord, hearing the pastime, singing, chanting, things like that. So
Yes,
in there,
Prabhu. There
like,
is something like that.
Are there any activities in the Brahmajyoti?
No, Prabhu. If they want activity,
Okay.
then they fall down. That's why
Oh,
usually they are not there for a long time because you have to
oh,
hold on to that. As
oh,
soon as you see something, then you desire activity. Even if you see some activity with the devotees and Lord, then you are like, oh, there is some reciprocation. Then you also want, and then you go back where you left. Then you
oh,
continue.
now I see the difference because in Krishna consciousness, they don't tell us to stop thinking. They tell us to think about the
Yes,
Lord.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
They are told to control their thoughts by reducing their thoughts, which is impossible.
Yeah, this is really
It's
hard. This is
totally impossible. Yeah.
it's like some
Like Arjuna
weightlifting.
said.
It's like some weightlifting. You try to hold some weight on top of your head, and then you try to hold it with your hands. You cannot
Yes,
hold
yes, bro.
forever. You
Yes, bro.
you want to lower it also and do something
And the
else.
mind, needs action. Yeah, yeah. It's always in action. It cannot even wait for you to sleep. It continues in the sleep.
Yes, Prabhu, because the natural position of the soul is to serve. So if you're not serving, then you cannot be happy.
Oh, yes, yes, bro. Yes.
The desire to
Yeah, I think
serve
I've
will
read.
come in one way or other.
Yes, yes, bro. Serving. So meaning the soul is actually selfless. It's egoless rather than the body and mind, you know. Everything that is material actually it seems
Yes,
wrong.
Prabhu, there is ego and self and everything, but it is not. It's not false. It is the
Oh
real
yes, yes,
identity.
bro. Yes, yes, bro. So meaning
When
Prabhu,
you
like
know,
let's say you
yes, Prabhu.
remember the stages, right? Like they say we have matter, we have the senses, we have the mind, and then we have the I think it's the intelligence, and then the intelligence and then after the intelligence is the soul. So what about the intelligence? Like is that type of intelligence, is it the highest state? Is it separate from the mind? Is it in the spiritual world, or is it still like the mind but higher than the mind? It's like I'm trying to it seems as if intelligence is a separated thing to mind. I thought it was when the mind is at its highest, then you're intelligent.
Yes, Prabhu. In spiritual world, the bodies are made of knowledge, so it's full of intelligence.
Oh yes, yes, bro.
Because intelligence means you have all knowledge.
Oh yes, 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 bro. But then it depends, like
And
what
you know
type.
how
Then
to
like it
use it.
can have
Yes,
spiritual,
Prabhu.
yeah, it can have spiritual knowledge or material knowledge.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this. And when we get when there is this mind that is talking, then there is the intelligence also that is usually the Paramatma, who is giving
Oh yes, yes,
advice
bro.
to do the correct
Or
correct thing.
like let's say you're planning to do something wrong. That voice that is always guiding you to do, like don't do this,
Yeah,
man.
that's intelligence, Prabhu.
Oh yes, yes, bro. Sometimes, yeah, because sometimes a lot of us we may think it's ancestors, God,
Yes, Prabhu.
and
Some
then
call
you'd
this
find
intuition.
that. Sorry, Prabhu.
Some call this intuition.
Oh yes, yes, Prabhu.
Who will read? Oh, what is how
Yeah.
the time is
Should
so
I
much?
continue? I can read the last one. You say what, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. The time is becoming so much, but we can read one more.
Okay, yes, Prabhu. No, and
Here, the,
I did not even give other devotees a chance, but then maybe they'll wait
it's
tomorrow.
okay, Prabhu. Here it's becoming so bright at the evenings because the sunset has moved already so much. So now it feels really weird to me. It
Yeah,
feels like
even
ending it early because it's really
Prabhu,
light
even
outside. Yes, Prabhu.
oh yes, yes, Prabhu. This side actually it's getting darker earlier
Yeah.
because I saw and it's getting brighter actually later.
Yes, Prabhu.
We're shifting and it's getting cold in the morning. Yeah, we're actually shifting.
Yes, Prabhu.
We are
This
getting
time,
longer nights.
yeah, this time 2 months ago, it was already all dark. So
Oh
it
yes,
was
Prabhu.
easier to quit also the reading session because I thought now it's already dark. In India, it must be very dark. But now it's so light here. I think that it's same in India. But then I see the
It's
clock, it says 10 p.m.
oh yes, yes, Prabhu. Is it 10 p.m. already?
Oh, it's 9:15 in India.
Oh, 9:15. Oh, it's
Yes,
nearly
Prabhu.
time
And
for
in
them to
four
sleep.
days, they are gonna change the clock here in Europe 1 hour, like
Again.
forward.
Oh,
So
I remember,
now it would be 1844,
you
6:44
know,
p.m.
so meaning, Prabhu, you're going to be 1 hour ahead of me, right? Like in the GMTs, because usually I remember there's a time where our time time zones, they actually
What
match.
is the
But
time
then
you
when it's a certain
what
season,
time you having now?
5:45.
Is it 16?
It's 17:44.
Or now you have 17:44.
Yes.
Oh, it's same here, but I will be 18:44 then.
Oh, you are 18:44 here. There.
Yes, but in 4 days I will be like that.
Oh yes, yes, bro. Because now I'm I'm going to be able to chant with you guys in the
Yes,
Europe
Prabhu.
group. Because usually it will be 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I
to
will
me.
go 1 hour. I will go 1 hour more far away from India. So
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu.
towards the evening. So now then I need to start even more earlier, I think, the reading
Oh,
session.
yes, yes, sir. Prabhu, Semi Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
please tell me, like, when are we having an Akadashi? Because I still need to change my time zones. I'm not even sure if my time zones are correct. You can just tell me of 2 dates that are incoming so that I may see if
Yes,
I've
Prabhu.
set my calendar in the right entry.
Friday we have Ramanavami and we have a fasting.
Oh yeah, that one I saw. I saw that one. It's like the appearance of the Lord, ne? Or is it the
It's
disappearance or
only
the appearance?
fasting. No water, no
Yes,
food, no food.
Prabhu. How the fasting will be? Is it evening?
Until sunset, Prabhu. Right?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, sunset and then Ekadashi Prasadam.
Yeah.
Oh, Ekadashi Prasadam. And
Yes,
what?
Prabhu.
So we meaning 6 o'clock we can eat, right?
Actually,
Yeah.
anyway, Prabhu said we can have any prasadam after sunset. I don't know.
Oh, what's he say? Well,
He
Prabhu
say we
said.
can have any. It's not necessarily Ekadasi after sunset,
Oh,
Prabhu. We can say we can have normal feast because in the temple usually they prepare the feast and invite all the devotees. So even for Gaura Purnima, we had normal feast today, Prabhu, after
Hmm.
sunset.
Yes, Prabhu.
But yeah, if you're distributing books at the same time, then maybe you can pack something and go.
Yes, Prabhu. I will be in the. We will be in the funeral then, that
Oh,
day.
yes, you mentioned that your grandfather, yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
you're going
Prabhu.
to the funeral, Semi Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. In the other city, and yeah, there will be many preaching opportunities. I will see what will happen, but it will
Yes,
be
Prabhu.
hard to. I will see how the fasting will go. I hope I don't faint without drinking. I
Make
Watch
need
sure
out,
to
you
Prabhu.
drink.
have
They
some
must,
nuts
they
and
must not come.
drink.
I need to drink now in advance.
Yes. Actually, you can eat like, something before the day also.
Yes,
You know,
like
usually on such fast, Prabhu, I read Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's books. I don't know why. It's like I just
yes,
can't be
Prabhu.
able. It's like they tell
Leela
my
Krishna
mind.
Prabhu. Did you mean like in the beginning of like when you wake up before the sunrise? Like how before? Or previous night? For
Semi
me,
was
the
in right now.
for me the eating is easier, but I think drinking is always tougher. Here,
He said he'll
the
be back, Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu. Okay. Also, the air is really dry here, so then the water thing becomes difficult.
Prabhu, do you still use those vitamins for the sun? You still don't have the sun in Finland.
Oh, I was muted. Yeah, I ran out of them 2 weeks ago, and now there is sun, but it's still quite cold. But I didn't have money to buy more, so now I'm trying to survive.
Oh yes, yes, Prabhu.
I will go to the sun whenever it comes out.
Oh yes, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, we'll go to Six to come prayers now.
Well, I thought we were reading now, but then we'll finish it tomorrow.
Okay, let's see. You can read this one because it's really short. 16.
Sate ma vina shed vira prajanam kshema lakshanaha yasmin vinashte nirpatir aish vardyad avarohati. Saha, synonyms. Saha, that's spiritual life. Tehe, te by you. Ma, don't. Vina, shit. Let it be spoiled. Vira, O hero, prajanam of the people. Kshema, lakshanaha, the cause of propensity, prosperity, prosperity. Yasmin, which Vinash te being spoiled, near Patihi, the king, Ish Variat, from opulence, Avaro Hati, falls down. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The sages continued, O great hero, for this reason you should not be the cause of spoiling the spiritual life of the general populace. If the spiritual life is spoiled because of your activities, you will certainly fall down from your opulent and royal position. They are talking to Venu. Oh, great heroes, for this reason you should not be the cause of spoiling the spiritual life of the general populace. If the spiritual life is spoiled because of your activities, you will certainly fall down from your opulent and royal position. Purport. Formerly, in practically all parts of the world, there were monarchies, but generally, as monarchy declined from the ideal life of religion to the godless life of sense gratification, monarchies all over the world were abolished. However, simply abolishing monarchy and replacing it with democracy is not sufficient unless the government men are religious and follow the footsteps of great religious personalities. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Right.
Yeah, you can go to Shikshastaka
Yes.
prayer.
So what will King Vena say to them?
Oh, the answer, eh?
Yeah, Prabhu, we
One
cannot
thing,
see.
don't guide me. I don't need anybody. I am immortal.
I think he will say something really diabolical.
Just like Kamsa, Prabhu.
It's true.
I am Bhagavan. Surely something like that.
Yes, definitely.
Hasn't he answered yet?
Ribol will start.
Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavatni nirvapanam shreya kaiva chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam burdevardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatmasnapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशम् अहैजनीननुग्रहा
Chinarapi sunichena taro api sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Nadanam najanam.
नदनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भगवद्भक्तरेतु त्वयि
Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam buddho kripaya tava pada pankaja stitaduli satrisham vichintaya.
नयनं गवतस्तुधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निचन्तं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति
Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravishaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name.
अश्लिष्य वापादरतं किनस्तु माम् अदर्शनर्म हतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विददातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणा तत्तु सेवनापरः
Glories to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan. Glories to the Shri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings, and those you have unveiled and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige and ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful woman, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want to possess the service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal savior, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my voice be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna has my Lord, and he shall remain you. So even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me, he is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
Shri Shri
Very
Shakti
good.
Kanti
Jai.
Cha,
Jai.
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Mahaprabhu,
Mahaprabhu Ki Cha.
Jai.
Sai Gaurav Premanande, Hari Hari
Haribo.
Bol.
Haribo.
Bahu Janma Kare Yara Shravana Kirita. Bahu Janma Kare Yara Shravana Kirtana. Tabu Dana Paya Krishna Pade Prema Dana. If one is in festivities, endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of Godhead. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows: to blaspheme the devotees who've dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second reference to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent to the name of the Lord Vishnu.
Third offense to disobey the orders of the spiritual master or thinking him as an ordinary person.
Fourth offense to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in the perseverance with the Vedic version.
Fifth offense to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination.
The sixth offense to give some mundane interpretation on the words of the holy name.
Seventh offense to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Yeah.
Eighth offense to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as spiritual activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
Tenth offense to not have complete faith in the hunting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. I offer my respectful obeisances onto all the Vaishnava devotees who are devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill all desires of everyone. They're just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls.
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Ananda Vaishnava ki
Jai.
jai. Srila
Prabhupada ki
Prabhupada ki
jai.
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 Nitai Gautam Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for association.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu, for doing all the reading.
Thank